Good morning, viewers. Welcome to another episode of Regional Review. I'll be your host, Tuyeimo Haidula, and I'm coming to you from Oshana region. Please do stay tuned as we bring you an exciting lineup of news. The police in Oshana region has concluded after an examination that the recent discovery made in shallow graves of organs at Omatando number 1 have been identified as belonging to a cow and a goat. Oshana Regional Commander Commissioner Nafitali Longameni Sakaria told Namabian Sun that the discovery, which was made on 27 July of a lung and a heart, belongs to a goat. The organs were found buried in a shallow grave with human clothes. The second discovery of a lung was made on 31 July, and he said forensic examination revealed that they belong to a cow. The lung was discovered with clothes stunk in a shallow grave on a Monday evening. Police dug out a black legging, white bedding sheet, a top, and a lung wrapped in a black plastic. Zakaria said there is no need for the public to fear as both organs were of animals. He added that they traced one of the plastics, which had a barcode, to a local shop which supplies meat product. He was, however, quick to caution the public to report to the police for any suspicious and grave digging activities in the area. Zakaria said the police is suspecting that the grave diggers perhaps received instructions from dubious healers who have fallen victim to false promises.
On the 27th of July, we received information from the resident here that there's something suspicious in this area. It was buried. So the police came and tried to check what is in. So there was a white vest and a black shirt and also a black underwear found in a plastic in a kind of a grave. It was dug about half a meter deep. Beside that, there was a plastic with the legs and the heart, but we don't know from which type of animal or is a human being. We don't know, because it's taken to police mortuary for examination to determine what is exactly it is. Today again, around 5 o'clock, this is 1700 hours, we receive again information that there is suspicious again in the same area. So we came, we tried to dig and find out what is under there. We find a black plastic with legs and a piece of a leg, and then a long tight, looks like for a female, and then a t-shirt plus a white bed sheet. It was just put in a kind of a grave facing western side, and it is having a shape of a person laying there. We don't know what prompted such a thing, but we have again removed it and take it for police mortuary for examination to see what is it all about. That is only what I can say now. But the resident of Omatando number 1, they are very much worried. because of the thick bushes around here. It's not safe for them, as they mentioned. They cannot walk around here during the day and also during the night. Their safety is questionable, as they are saying. So there is a need of debushing this area so that people can be able to move freely in this area.
Oshana Governor Elia Erimari has encouraged participants who took part in the anticipated PST Bet Governors Cup to give their best shot, saying they can become world champions like boxing champion Julius Indongo. The cup took place from the 12th to the 14th of August 2023 at the Oshakati Independence Stadium. Speaking during the launch, Erimari said the tournament promises to be an exceptional showcase of skill, determination, and true spirit of sportsmanship. Erimari said the cup aims to provide a platform for athletes from all corners of the region to come together and to compete in a series of what he termed thrilling and electrifying matches. He said the decision to host the cup comes after the Regional Governors Forum was held in July 2022 in Katima Mulilo. During the second annual retreat, they resolved to host Governors Cups in all the 14 regions of the country, aimed at creating a platform to showcase talent from the communities and, most importantly, to promote sport development as a whole.
For us to be able to carry out a mega sport event in this region. So it's on this basis, as a governor, I will, in short time, I'll put up a regional sport committee which will be advising the office of the governor on issues related to sports in the region, because that's a committee we do not have, so that this committee can direct and inform the office of the governor, so that when we meet with the other committees. Thank you very much. Now this is the team responsible for organizing this event. Now these events cannot, the name can be governor, but the governor cannot carry out things without the support of people who are skilled in this field. If it was not because of them, we can probably only cater for a number of not more than 6,000, and that's less. But like for example, all these weeks we have events of sports around the region, and that's and I'll tell you, if you ask the hotel owners and all the accommodation owners, they are saying, oh my goodness, can this thing keep on continuing? So it's it's because of sports the economy is thriving, the economy is moving. Now, because what I in fact supposedly to say have been said by the chairperson of this event, Didier Reminder, you have stolen my statements. And also, Didier Reminder said you have stolen my statement. The word you just mentioned, you are supposed to say this word. You have said it. Also, equally, the chairperson of the Oshana Regional Council have taken, I think he just copied my speech. So him having copied my speech, I must just be inform you that, yes, this cup is going to take place, as said, that's on the 12th to the 14th of August this year at Oshakati Independence Stadium and other respective areas of whereby all these participants will be from our respective constituency in Oshana. And I need to thank the regional councils. They've spent much of their time and their resources transporting these, sportsmen from their respective village to one center of sports. And I must thank you, Honorable Councillor, for that time you have spent. And also at the same time, because my speech had been copied by the chairperson, Aleri need to make it very categorically clear that this sports event is aimed towards promoting the growth of this region as it's growing, and also empowering our region as it's being empowered by you and your presence, and also creating the opportunity for our young people, for them to compete regional and also international, like Julius Indongo here. And also us to be scouted, more especially organizing committee. If you are a good organizer, you can be chosen to represent or to be the head, the manager, brave warriors. Just like me, I used to organize boxing very well in the region. And for the past 11 years, I've been a manager.
The poor rainy season experienced by Oshana and Omsati regions has prompted NAMWater to start pumping water from the Olushanja Dam through the Etaka Canal and finally to Lake Oponona to give a relief to farmers. NAMWater Chief Executive Officer Abraham Nehemia said the pumping period is estimated to go until December, depending on the rainfall patterns. Nehemia said this was an unusual practice and process in the past, but due to the previous and recurrent prevalent droughts, it has become a necessity that NAMWater, with the financial assistance from the Prime Minister's office, was requested to pump water into the Etaka Canal. He said the governors for Omsati, Oshana and Oshikoto visited the dam, and Omsati Governor Erkinus Enjala wrote to NAMWater requesting that they pump water into the canal.
We are here to officially open the water from the dam into the canal. This Etaka Canal has been for the past 20 years or so, occasionally been used to transport water to the Uvudia and Oponono areas when we have serious drought in the area. And definitely this year we also have a drought, and we are now pumping water into the canal so that we can get water to the grazing areas where we have a lot of cattle. We can still remember in 1991 and 92 when we had a drought, and we have lost so many cattle. There were carcasses everywhere in the so-called Ombuga, and from there we learned a lesson that we have to always be on top of issues to make sure that water gets there before it is worse in terms of grazing and livestock rearing in that area. So this year what happened when we realized we didn't have sufficient water, the honorable governors from Oshikoto, Oshana and Omsati came to this area. They looked at what was going on here, they followed the canal, and the honorable governor from Sati then wrote me a letter to say we have really to do something about this water into the canal this year as well. And we then approached the office of the Prime Minister and the office of the Honorable Minister for Agriculture, Water and Land Reform to get some finance support so that we can then do the work. Where we got a positive response, and as such we were able to mobilize and get the equipment on site. As we speak, the equipment are in the area for Tamanzi, so they have already cleaned the whole area from Olushanja Dam up to Tamanzi area. And we have decided that we are not going to wait for the whole canal to be cleaned and rehabilitated. We want to open the water so that the water can be following these people as they are doing the work, and help those people in between who do not really have water. We also had, when we were here, a chance to drive along the canal and engage some of the communities. People are desperate. There's just no water in the area, and it's really important that this water is opened as soon as possible. There are some years when we finished and we were only able to put water in the canal towards end of November, December, when it's already starting to rain. That's why this year we approach it differently, and we decided that we are going ready to put water in the canal as early as possible, so that we can make sure that we save lives for both people and livestock.
The Bank of Namibia recently completed its second annual economic reporting workshop at its Oshakati branch. The workshop is hosted by BON as part of the bank's continued efforts to improve economic and financial reporting in the country. The bank also aims to enhance the capacity of journalists to report accurately and effectively on economic issues. The two-day workshop covered a range of topics related to central banking and economic reporting, including an overview of the role of BON in the economy, the monetary policy framework, financial stability, and the challenges and opportunities facing the economy. The first training was conducted in Swakopmund in the Orongo region.
Give to the commercial bank, and then they add their own price on top before it comes to you. And because we are the only issuer of money, we are able to determine the price without anyone competing with us. We have a monopoly on setting the price. I hope you are not saying that you are abusing. How big should be the precious stone should it be to exchange for a lump of meat? Who was standardizing those things? The issue becomes, how much amount of copper must I give you for 100 kg of mahangu? Should I give you 2 kg of copper or 5 kg of copper? The standardization was also a problem.
The Rosing Foundation recently donated 150 books to Isaac Katali Combined School in Onesi Seket, Omsati region, to promote a reading culture at the school. This was said by Lysia Usiku, manager for academia at the Rosing Foundation in Ondangwa. Usiku said the foundation has earmarked a total of 5,328 library books to be donated to various school libraries across the country. He told the learners that the foundation wants to create a reading culture in schools across Namibia. The learners were grateful to the Rosing Foundation for being a key stakeholder in education, which prides itself in transforming lives through innovation.
Team, for your utmost generosity and selfless act for taking your precious time to travel this far just to be here with us today. We are very thankful. Secondly, we as learners of the Great Isaac Katali Combined, we are faced with a huge challenge of communicating in our second language, which is English, and this challenge has a very big negative effect on our academic performance as learners. Therefore, your precious sponsorship gift towards our school library will really bring us so much goodness in improving our English language skills. Therefore, we are grateful for this precious presents. In short, we would like to give a big thank you to your entire organization for putting us at heart in this regard. May the Lord Almighty shower your foundation with tons of blessings and strength so that you can continue doing such great work and help out our fellow learners at other schools around the country. Thank you.
What is your name?
Helena. My name is Helena Shikongo.
Take a load off and tune into another episode of Brave Namibia as we take a look at both ordinary and extraordinary Namibians. Brave Namibia is broadcasted on NTV Saturdays at 6:30 p.m. and oneup2.com, as well as broadcasted on the following Facebook platforms on Wednesday at 5:30 p.m. Republicane, Allgemeine Zeitung, Namibian Sun, and all Namibia Media Holdings pages. For more information, contact the Brave team at brave@synergy.com.na. Brave Namibia, for the ordinary and extraordinary Namibians.
The collaboration in this program for communal land development between the three development partners being the government of the Republic of Namibia, the European Union and German government through KfW have been one of the success story of development partnership in Namibia, where of course we are trying to secure land rights for our people and at the same time secure agricultural production and the water infrastructure development, which is now a core of business in the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and the Land Reform. It has been one of the success through a management system that we are partnering in implementing together through our BFDC, our steering committee, and our PMT management team. It is one of the success story Namibia have ever had.
A countrywide phenomena. There is no one who steals better or more here than anywhere else. In this project, in fact, less was stolen than in other projects. As the ED has told us, we are trying very hard with very limited financial resources, bring water to communities that are desperate for water. Just to see that a week later, solar pumps are stolen, solar panels are stolen, and a community that has been suffering for years had only the benefit for a week and is now back to where it was before. And when we ask what had happened, no one knows anything. Now that shows that there is either very little appreciation for the infrastructure that is put there. You know, I can't believe that a borehole that is built next to the house of a villager, installed with a solar pump and solar panels next to it, that no one realizes that someone goes there with a grinder, opens the borehole, takes out the pump and steals the panels. No, I don't believe that. There must be something else. And I'm very, very happy to hear both the traditional authorities saying we must work together to prevent that, first of all. But if it happens, we must catch these thieves. We must deal with them. And we will only do that good if we all work together. So this infrastructure is really expensive. And again, like Njakupi said, the ED, if we build an infrastructure here and it is stolen, we will not come back here again, because there are others that need it more desperately, that have no infrastructure. And we cannot repeat it over and over again only because people are not looking after their things. So theft is a big problem. And it is not only theft of infrastructure, it is stock theft too. If a farmer is productive and...
The Evening Review is a daily interview-based talk show that dissects and expounds on current affairs as they occur in Namibia. The show aims at reaching Namibians of all age groups who seek better understanding of the state of current affairs in the country. This show is broadcasted on NTV, 1up2.com and cross-shared on the following Facebook platforms: Namibian Sun and Namibia Media Holdings. The Evening Review focuses on interviews, latest news and up-to-the-minute current events. Contact Evening at synergy.com.na. Evening Review, unpacking today's pertinent issues.
This is all we had for you today. Thank you so much for joining us. Do have a blessed and lovely week further on. Please don't forget to send us news tips on tuyeimo@namibiansun.com. And do come through to Ongwediva for the Ongwediva Annual Trade Fair, which is slated from the 25th of August to the 2nd of September.